Hello everyone, Tammy here. Welcome to my channel. Okay, so before I get started, I do want to light my candle. And yeah, today I am just lighting my candle for one of the reasons that I almost always light it, and that is to do the transition from what's happening outside my art room to what I want to concentrate on in my art room, which is peace, tranquility, creation, happiness, and leave all the stuff that's happening out in the world on the other side of the door and don't bring it in here with me. I always think about the things I'm creating and the mood I'm in, or like if I'm listening to a not happy, thoughtful podcast or anything, when I'm creating, especially items that I'm creating for the Cancer Care Center, I want to put as much positive, good, kind, understanding, healing vibes into those items. And so, and I believe that you can definitely do that with the attitude that you take into your creation with you. Now, if you want to make a really, you know, full of energy, type of piece, especially like a painting where you're throwing your paint around, then your frustrations and your, just whatever you're feeling can be put into those things and they turn out remarkable. Like, there's no denying that. But for the things that I am generally doing, like I said, especially things that I'm donated to the Cancer Care Center, I want those to be imbibed with a lot of good positive emotions. So that is why I light my candle, and that is what I'm hoping for today. It's been I was hoping that when 2025 was over, 26 would be a little better. So far, it's starting out even way worse than 25. So go figure. Okay. So this is Monday. The past couple of Mondays, I've been doing Mandala Monday, which I needed for my own jumpstart back into creativity and for just calming my mind and getting rid of a lot of ickiness that I've been feeling. And but today I've decided that I'm ready to, actually over the weekend, I decided I'm ready to start a new project. So what you're seeing here is items that I put together last year, and I wanted to make at least one of these journals, and I never got to it. So that's what I have decided to do, and it's all ready to go. So I have, I have like papers for signature pages, like something like this. This is all ready to go. I have a bunch more like this. So these are grungy papers. I printed them on both sides. Yeah, it's going to be a grungy book, and the theme is Pearl Jam. I have a lot of Pearl Jam friends, and I have one in particular, and who lives clear across the country from me, and I think I'm going to make this for her. So, but I have a lot of other friends. I have another Pearl Jam friend that lives in Boise. I have more that live in Oregon. And I think I'm going to have enough signature pages to make a couple if I want to. So I have those. So and I have a whole mostly bin full of stuff. I also have Pearl Jam. They don't do it anymore, but in the old days they used to put out these newsletters that came out once a year, and they're like books they called it the fan club, you know, gift. And I have taken copies of a bunch of the stuff in here that, and I'm not selling this stuff. This is all for my own use. So I didn't feel bad about that. So I'm going to be making ephemera from some of those items. And for a while we were getting 2 of these because my husband was also in the fan club. So I have used actual pages out of these books in the past, but I'm using mostly copies this time. And then I have just papers. I have grungy papers. I have things that I think would work really well that I cut out of magazines. Yeah, I prepped all this really well. So everything I need is in this pouch. And like I said, I have papers that would be good for signature pages, and then covers, tags, just fun stuff. You'll probably recognize this Tim Holtz paper stuff. So something like this might be a fun cover. Yeah, I'm just deciding. I haven't like picked things yet, but a lot of these papers just reminded me of the things that are in the newsletter that we used to get. These are good signature pages because they're thinner. And yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. So this is nice. That kind of has a weird. This would be nice, like a nice cover. I'm just thinking. Actually, I like this because it says Seattle, Washington. Yeah, I like that. So this is 12 by 10. So I would cut it, I think I would cut it down a little bit. I think I'm going to make this the cover. I really like that. And I think it's just going to be one signature. Because the people that I'm making them for, they're not, well, I can't say they're not journalers because they might be, but they're not familiar with junk journals at all. So this paper is very old. I think I bought this paper pack, like one of the first paper packs I bought when I started junk journaling back in 2021. But I like this. I like this. So I want to take this down. Let's see, 8.5 by 11. So that'll fit this way, and then I think I'm going to take it all from the top. So maybe 9.5 or just 9. I think 9. Yeah, 9 will work. Okay, so I have my cover. And I'm just looking at this. Oops. What am I doing here? There we go. I do like this. I like this little surfer guy down here. So that's why I don't want to cut from this end. I think I'm just going to cut from the top. I don't see anything over here that I don't want to lose. So good. Okay, so let's cut this down to 9. Okay, so I forgot to say I'm tagging this as Let's Make Together 2026, which is a hashtag, it's an open collaboration, so you can jump in and out whenever you want. My friend Carol and I at Free Spirit Arts are hosting, and we started it as a way to just to make stuff together. And I can't speak for Carol, but I use it as a way to keep myself accountable. I do have a tendency to just kind of disappear for a while, which, you know, it's not a great thing, but that's just me. And when I have this commitment, 12, you know, then I can be held accountable, is what I'm trying to say. And especially this time of year, I tend to kind of hibernate and hide away, and yeah, it's not like right or wrong or good or bad or anything, it's just the way it is. But I don't like to do that, because when I start coming out of it, I feel like I have wasted a lot of time. So it's best for me to just keep on keeping on, if that makes sense. So I appreciate Carol approaching me and asking me if I wanted to do something like this. Yeah, it's just very, very good for me. Okay, so I'm going to do something a little different, I think, with this paper. I was kind of getting the inspiration to do like a diagonal fold. So something like this. It doesn't really have to be perfect, but let me see what I can do here. So I have this corner. This, I know they're not going to be the same, like straight or anything, but I'm going to trim it off. I want the little edge corners to be similar. There we go. So if this is going to go in here like this, then I need to cut down or tear. I'm probably just going to tear it. So like right here, right here. If I can. Okay. Then, and this doesn't matter because they're not going to be like side by side, you know what I mean? But I am going to tear this down a little bit. So let's, don't have to do too much, maybe here, kind of down to here. Not perfect, but that's okay. So then that would go like in here like this, and then say this. And then this would go like this. So see, you would never even notice that it's not evenly folded. Okay, I really like that. Having something different like that, that's fun. Cuckoo. Okay, so there's that. So let me see. These are pretty straightforward. I'll just fold them so I don't need to do that on camera. Already got some nice scraps here. And if I do 10 pages, that's 10 times 4, that's 40 pages in the journal. That's pretty good. Do like my little scraps. Okay. Okay. Let's see what else we have for journal pages. That's kind of nice. These are all thicker papers, so they would be like tags or covers. I think this might end up being a cover, but then I would cover the inside with something else. Like maybe like with something like this. That might be kind of cool. And then this is like a construction paper. Okay, so there's that. I want to do another diagonal. Yeah, I think I can just cut it straight down the middle and then fold it different. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I've never done this before. So let's see what we get. So what I do is I just line up the tip right here into this little, I don't know what you call it, indent, I guess, and then just cut it. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this, but I'm definitely spatially challenged, so. Okay, so now we have this. Actually, I might just do it like this and then tear. Tear this off. Yeah, it fits like that. And then here-ish. So what does that give me? 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have some more scraps. Okay, let's see what we have in here. So in here we have some grungy, that's a little bit too big. These might be a little too big. Some embellishments. More embellishments. More embellishments. Oh, this is the fun stuff. I forgot that I did this. This is what's going to make this journal really, really, really cool. Oh, I like this. I'll put this in there. So yeah, this is stuff that I've already copied. So I did a whole bunch of this prep work last year. Yeah, and these are like stickers that I had that I took copies of. Oh, this is going to be so fun. I'm so excited. So yeah, so I have a whole bunch of this type of ephemera. or embellish. They can be either, like this could just be a tag the way it is. I could just mount it on something a little bit thicker paper, and it's a great tag. So yeah, so oh, I'm so excited. I have a lot of good stuff to work with. Yeah, these are great. So great. And even if I have to cut this down, like if I wanted to use this like as a pocket in here, I could trim it a little bit here and then trim it here, and then this piece I could use on another like tag or something. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I'm so excited. Okay, so I have all of that. I'm thrilled to be doing something new. Yeah. Oh, it looks like I might have to recruit my daughter to do some cutting for me. Let's see. I'm still looking in my little not really big enough for a journal page. Huh. Huh, huh, huh. Oh, wait, here's some more envelopes. Oh, little note cards that oh yeah, these are cool. Oh, these are fun. These will be great bases for some of those embellishments that I have there. Love it. Okay, this will work. I might do something with this. And maybe this. Okay. Okay, well, I think I have a good start. So you get the idea. I'm gonna insert these. I have these fun triangle papers. I'm not gonna use these. So these are gonna go back in my bin or in my pouch. Where's all the here they are. So I'm gonna fold these up, and yeah, I just might tell you just a little bit about my history with Pearl Jam. I would like to think that I would love them even if they were not from Seattle, but I think I would. I did not. So in the early 90s, I was very busy being pregnant and or nursing my children. So I was pregnant with my son in 91, and I wasn't really thinking about music all that much. I mean, we listen to music. My husband and I are huge music fans. We listen to music every day without fail. We listen to music. We listen to new music. We listen to old music. We listen to rock. We listen to not like classical, like symphony, although we sometimes do listen to symphony music, but like classic rock, pop rock, hardcore. Yeah, we listen to it all. So after I had my son, he was born in 92, and we were out in the car listening to music like we always do, and I heard this song that I hadn't really heard before, and I was like, what? Stop. Who's it? And we pulled into the driveway, and I was like, wait, don't turn the car off. I want to keep listening to this. And in that moment, I completely and 100% fell in love with Eddie Vedder's voice. my husband, who had been trying to get me to listen to Pearl Jam for a couple years, and I ignored him because I thought it was too much, like too hard rock, I didn't like I wasn't in love with the grungy music scene. I thought it was depressing. I thought the songs were depressing. I just thought, and I'm trying to be pregnant and nursing and kind of all that stuff and trying to stay very positive. And I was, honestly, I got into listening to Christian music for a long time. Not a long time, but for a while. And country music for a little while. I didn't love it, but I was just trying to listen to stuff that could be on easily in the background and didn't interrupt my brain. And so I was ignoring all of his pleas to listen to Pearl Jam. So when I heard this song, I was like, whoa, wait a sec. Wait. Who's this? What? And he said, this is what I've been trying to tell you. This is Pearl Jam. And I'm like, wait, what? Anyway, the song was Crazy Mary. It's actually a cover, so it's not, they did not write the song. But if you're not familiar with Pearl Jam, you can look up Crazy Mary on any of the music platforms that you might use. And that is the moment I fell in love with Eddie Vedder. And then I devoured everything Pearl Jam. And then I got pregnant again, had my daughter, and I listened to them, but I wasn't like a super fan like I ended up turning into. So let's see what happened after that. Yeah, I remember they had 2 albums out when I really discovered them, and then their 3rd album came out when I was pregnant with Emma, and I ended up nursing Emma till she was almost 3. So it was 98. And well, their 4th album had come out, and Scott went and he stood in line and he got the album for me, and it came with a stamp that I actually have somewhere, and stencil. And so the album came with a stencil and a Pearl Jam stamp. It was very cool, and it was like a promo thing, and I got those items. I don't know where that stamp is. That's gonna bug me now because I hope I didn't get rid of it. But anyway, then they had an album come out, I believe it was in 98. And then they announced that they were coming to Seattle. And I'm going to end my story there. I'm going to end my video here. The next time you see this video, the journals should be sewn together, and I will start making some ephemera, and then I will continue my story of how I became a Pearl Jam super fan. And it's pretty fun. I would say since my whole cancer and treatment, I missed a couple of tours, and so I haven't seen them perform since 2018. Well, in COVID, we were supposed to do a little bit of traveling and go see them, and all of their shows got canceled in 2020. So the last time I saw them was 2018. And yeah, I'll tell you all about it. So this should be fun. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Remember to be good to yourself, be kind to each other, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.